So I feel today like I have to call Tory Fibs out for this post. I think this is themselves telling a fib about Ukraine, about the situation going on in Ukraine, and does not really reach into the actual ongoings of what's going on in Ukraine. And let me be fair before we open up. I think what Tory Fibs does, calling out the Tory Fibs, is good. I can't disagree with them on that. Fair play to you for doing that. But when you put out something like this, which I feel is fundamentally misleading, wrong, and lies, I feel that this is a disservice to what you do. And I think as someone who purports to come out and challenge especially the Tories and the current ruling government on this, I think you should be held to a higher standard. And that is partly why I'm doing this. Now, if you want to come on this channel and have a conversation with me, you are more than welcome to. I fully am up for doing something like that. We can have a conversation about this. We can have a conversation about Ukraine. I think this is something that probably needs to happen on the left, because there are certainly two different people and two lots of camps on this when it comes to the Ukraine situation. I feel, though, this is bad. And I feel as if you have fibbed to your audience. And the fact that I looked for this post and I could not find it on your Twitter profile. I could not find it on your Twitter profile, but I could find it on your Facebook profile. And even in the Facebook profile, there are people pushing back against you for this. Now, I feel that you deleted this tweet because you got too much pushback for it. Now, you didn't seem to address this on your Twitter profile, at least anywhere I could see. So, again, if you want to have this talk about this, I'm more than happy to have this conversation. But I feel this is wrong. And for you to be a channel that purports to be telling, calling out the fibs that the Tories put out, I feel you should be held to a higher standard. I really do. And I think you putting out this is wrong from start to finish. So let's go through this, because I feel this is, like I say, wrong for all this. But anyway, let's get into this. So this is what you tweeted out. You say Zelensky has used Putin's illegal invasion of Ukraine as a cover to ban political parties, delay elections, shut down press, and turn a blind eye to corruption. Even before Putin's illegal invasion, he had a disturbing record on tax transparency. Two wrongs don't make a right. I feel that entire statement of what you put out is wrong from beginning to end. I really do. So let's break this down. So first of all, you say that Zelensky has used this illegal invasion of Ukraine as a cover to ban political parties. Now, he has banned a political party. You do not tell people what that political party was. That political party in Ukraine was overwhelmingly pro-Russian and pro-Putin. I think during an illegal, let's not call it just an illegal invasion, an invasion of Ukraine, I think it is perfectly well within any country's rights to ban such a political party. And I think that once you realize that, and the reason why they banned that, that becomes a non-issue for banning that political party. I really do think that just becomes a non-issue. So I feel that you haven't given the proper context of that political party. The next part, delaying elections. Well, here's the thing. Any country that gets invaded, like Ukraine are being, has had delayed elections. Even us, during World War II, delayed our own elections because you cannot carry out a safe or even fair election while this invasion is going on, with Putin targeting civilians in this case. You can't well just tell people go and line up at that poll center station, because that's just not safe. That's just not safe. Not only that, post elections, well, just like, people standing in line, those ballots would have to go to a central location to be counted. And that would become a target. And what if it does become a target? What then do you do about all those votes? It is impossible. It is impossible for Ukraine to run a safe election during this invasion. So Zelensky and any other country would be well within their rights to do this. You now go on to shutting down press. Which press outlets has Ukraine shut down? Ultimately, they have shut down the overwhelming Russian and pro-Russian press that has been operating in that country. And once again, any country facing this type of invasion would be well within their rights to do so. Well within their rights to do so. I do not have a problem with Zelensky doing that. And then you go on to and turning a blind eye to corruption. Well, if he's turning a blind eye, why was there a story about Zelensky recently going after people who were conscripting people and even dodging conscription by paying the army officers large amounts of money? That was recently a huge scandal in Ukraine where Zelensky has gone after them. Not only that, but Zelensky himself got elected on a platform to go after corruption. And dealing with the corruption in Ukraine is not going to be an issue that can just get solved overnight. It will be a long-term process that Zelensky is actually trying to do. Once again, you can go and look into the stuff that Zelensky has done since he got elected to deal with corruption in Ukraine. So then you go on to say, even before Putin's illegal invasion, he had a, quote, disturbing record on tax transparency. I don't know what you are talking about when it comes to that, because I can't find, personally, before doing this video, I could not find evidence on this tax transparency issue, which means to me you're trying to insinuate something about Zelensky. I find that disingenuous. I don't think, from what I have seen, there's any evidence to really support that claim. And then this is the worst part. You go, two wrongs don't make a right. There is a massive difference between Zelensky and Putin. A massive difference. And you trying to compare Zelensky to Putin, these two people couldn't be more polar opposite. This is a guy who was not a politician, who came into politics through being very, very anti-establishment, and has been so since he got elected, and has done everything he can as president to try and ensure that his country can fight off this invasion. Meanwhile, you've then got Putin, who has been putting out non-stop, very fascist pro-propaganda for wiping out the Ukrainian language, the country, the nation, saying that it was a mistake to even create Ukraine. These people could not be more different. The idea that you are trying to allude to the fact that Zelensky should not be supported in some way, I find highly suspicious. I find very suspect. And to be honest, it's not too different from tanky talking points I have seen in the past, saying that we shouldn't be supporting Ukraine. Now, I still say to you, if you want to come on and have a chat about this, I am more than happy to have this conversation with you. I'm more than happy to have that conversation with you. But I think this tweet is dishonest, doesn't tell the whole truth about the situation, and you yourself have ended up telling a fib. So I think it is well within anyone's rights to call you out on this fib. So do feel free to get in contact with me. I'd like to have this conversation with you. I think it might be quite productive. But as always, let me know. Thank you very much, of course, for watching, everyone. Please do remember to click on the like, share, and subscribe button. Of course, down below, there's links to the Patreon page, the one-off donation called Buy Me Coffee, where you can buy me coffee. There's the YouTube thank you button, and of course, the Pony Club down below as well. So, as always, thank you very much for watching, and of course, as always, we'll see you all next time.